Hey, I'm Alan.
And I'm Jake.
And today we're talking about the Wii U on
Name in Progress.
The Wii U sales number since its release has become Nintendo's worst kept secret. The console was first available in North American markets on November 18, 2012, with the introductory price of $300 for the basic set.
And if you wanted the fancy premium set with a copy of Nintendo Land, you had to cough up another $50.
With its novel tablet interface, Nintendo tried to capitalize on touchscreen trend that had become the mainstream of candy bar mobile devices.
But was it innovation enough to contend in today's console wars? With meager sales and a sad selection of games, Nintendo's newest system has been compared to that of the Virtual Boy.
For those of you who don't know, the Virtual Boy is Nintendo's skeleton in the closet. First released in 1995, the console, if you can call it that, was deemed an utter disaster, not only in terms of marketing, but also in interface and technology. People got sick. I mean really f***ing sick.
Like, vomiting out sick?
Like, Exorcist projectile 360 vomiting sick.
That's pretty sick.
That's sicker than my description, but that's besides the point.
So, however, is this comparison right? Is the Wii U a new Virtual Boy, or is Nintendo just going through a rough patch? That is what we will be talking about today, viewers. And so, to begin, Alan, we're going to show you this, so you have a Wii U.
Yeah, dude. Dude, it's sitting right in front of you.
Oh, we agreed that would be out of the box.
Please.
Okay.
Be gentle with her. Radio's right there.
Oh.
They actually took the time out to really take care of these.
That's Japanese engineering for you.
This is upside down. Thank you, Jake.
I don't have a Wii U. It's way too complex.
Dude, it's just a brick with legs.
Like,
I'll build a Linux system, but I won't buy a Wii U because I can't attach legs to a freaking console.
Yeah, I'm officially like the James May of this.
What do you?
We're gonna have to cut that out, right?
Alright, whatever. So, folks, after that terrible unboxing, there's the console right there, all nice and pretty, set up for you. So, what did you want to ask?
What exactly got you into buying a Wii U?
Well, if you guys didn't know, I have kind of like a Zelda obsession, as you can plainly see, and I'm really into console bundles. That's right, Sony. If you release a Kingdom Hearts 3 PS4 console bundle, I will pre-order it the day of announcement. Just putting that out there. But anyway, I love Legend of Zelda, and when I heard they were remaking Wind Waker into an HD format, and it came out with a special console bundle, I just had to have it.
I was thinking about getting a Wii U myself, but what stopped me really was the lack of innovation. And I feel that, personally, it doesn't seem that different from the Wii.
Yeah, I mean, E3 happens every year, as some of you may or may not know, and it's a big gaming convention, basically, where the biggest companies release their brainchilds. And when Nintendo released the Wii U, it was in the summer of 2011. I don't know about you, but my first impression is just a peripheral for the Wii. I didn't know this was a new console. There was some confusion with the name that they chose for it.
Yeah, I remember one time you showed me an advertisement for the Wii, especially how they're marketing it today in Japan. Take a look over here at this link.
I was going to say you guys can find it, but okay. Anyway, yes, the link will be there. But yeah, it's very interesting. Their latest marketing campaign, the latest Wii U propaganda, is to interview different Japanese families and ask the parents of their children, what they're playing, what they do, how does it fit into a daily itinerary, what have you. And it was funny because the parents, besides Mario, did not know anything their child was playing. And it was very, very awkward to watch.
Yeah, it's really interesting how they just started to go deeper into the casual gamer market, or even the family-oriented consumer. It's almost as if Wii lost its identity as a gaming device.
Like I was mentioning earlier, it tried to capitalize on the trend of touchscreens. But at the same time, that's something we all have, or we all carry in our pockets pretty much nowadays.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not anything innovative.
Yeah, and even on other consoles, you could use a Nexus or a tablet of some sort to connect to, let's say, an Xbox One and navigate through YouTube with it. It seems as if this is a step back.
Yeah. To bring up the point, bring it back to 2006, the Wii, amazing. It has motion controls. It has the most sophisticated motion controlling for video games at the time. For a year, you couldn't find a Wii because that was the pinnacle of innovation.
I mean, without the Wii, we would not have the Kinect or the iToy that came with the Xbox and the...
Or the PlayStation Move, or any of those add-ons to consoles that we see nowadays. The thing is, this just doesn't seem innovative enough. In terms of actual hardware, the Wii U is behind on next-gen consoles like the PS4 and the Xbox One.
We're coming to a world where the Oculus Rift's coming out.
Look it up, it's amazing. And recently, Sony, in the last few weeks of recording this video, has released information that they're releasing their own virtual reality, what have you.
Yeah, the Morpheus, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, it's been codenamed the Morpheus, and it's a headset just like the Oculus Rift that is a total immersion of you in the game. Obviously, Nintendo had more capital than the Oculus Rift team does. That could have been their R&D. That could have been something to release on their new console.
Yeah, but I would say that another problem that Nintendo has with their own IPs and how they have their relationships with third parties. There's really nothing new coming from Nintendo in terms of, I would argue, anything nowadays. I mean, we just railed about how backwards this technology is.
But we feel like the company hasn't matured as we did. I mean, its IPs, its intellectual properties, and what have you, just don't. What's the word I'm looking for?
They don't grow up.
Yeah, like
it's as if we will always be 10-year-old gamers liking pretty colors and typical stories of plumbers and princesses.
The thing is, at the same time, we want complex stories,
yes.
mature stories that make you take moral inventory at the end of the game.
I mean, let's take a look at the game Super Mario RPG. It doesn't have that mature level that would go to a typical M-rated game, but it does have a very nice story. It has a giant sword stabbing Bowser's Keep. You have all these ideas of wishes, and even though it was a fantastic story, there was a dark side to it. You were killing off zombies. You were killing off pirates. You were going into a volcano.
IPs that we already know are mature, like Star Fox. I remember you telling me.
Yeah, you were the head of a mercenary team fighting in space. Andros was doing crazy biomedical shit. We seriously want a system that grows up with us.
That's all we're asking for.
And Nintendo can still make those fun kiddie games, but every so often, cater to that 25-year-old who still loves video games, still loves IP.
The 20-something-year-old that still has a NES in his house and is willing to play the old games as well.
And wanting to show their kids in the future what he or she grew up on.
Yeah, that's all we're asking.
That's what we're asking for, Nintendo. We want you to grow up with us.
I don't want to call the console a failure. It's certainly not a failure. There are things that need to be changed, and there's plenty to look forward to. We have Mario Kart coming out in May.
Super Smash Brothers.
Oh my God, Super Smash Brothers.
And it's coming on 2 systems too. The
3DS.
3DS is doing well, by the way.
Oh,
good job.
In terms of handheld devices, the 3DS has been dominating that market.
Good job, Nintendo.
Thank you.
Pat on the back.
Yes. But
you deserve that.
But we want the edgy Nintendo. We want the Nintendo that took risks with the N64 controller. The Nintendo that took risks with the Wii. The reason people are upset about the Wii doing the way it is because we want to see it succeed. We don't want to see it fail. I certainly don't want to see it fail because I dished out a couple $100 for the system.
And I don't want to see it fail because I want to see Nintendo thrive. I want to see Mario get to the next level.
And that, folks, is our critique of the Wii U. We do wish it a bright and fuzzy, when I say fuzzy, I mean Tanuki-Suit fuzzy future.
And it's still pretty early in the console war, so we might see Nintendo reach top dog. Sure, the technology might not be there, and it may not be as good as that of the PS4, or the Xbox One, or the Oculus Rift, or whatever comes up in the future, but it does have its IPs. And really, the only way to work with those is to design good storylines for your IPs.
So here's to hoping Mario can still bring the bling to Peach. And on that note, folks, he's Jake.
And he's Alan.
And you've been watching
Name in Progress.
Anyway, let's get serious. Let's get serious. Anyway.